Hey, good morning, everybody. BDO44 coming at you another video. All right, so what's the truth about USA basketball? Truth about USA basketball is that we did not medal at all. We didn't medal. We did not get a single medal, but our guys did fight hard. I thought that my guy Austin Reeves had a fantastic summer. I'm glad he walks away from the summer healthy because if you follow BDL44, that's literally my focus. It's making sure that all of our guys walk out of there whole, and that is a medal for me. But our goal, we came short of our goal. Canada, I believe, is the team that got the bronze. I think we were fighting for either bronze or silver, and we're gonna find out who wins the championship game between Germany and I believe it's Serbia. I don't know. Y'all know I'm not following it that closely, but the point is I know we didn't win it, and I don't think it speaks to our team not being very good or anything like that. I know we didn't bring our superstars, but I thought the guys that we had should have medaled. But it speaks to the talent in the rest of the world right now. You're gonna find superstars in other countries, and you're gonna have to keep seeing them. It's not like you see one superstar and then the rest are scrubs. Nah, some of these teams got some real guys. A guy like Dillon Brooks, 7 out of 8 threes. He had the game of his life for his country. I think that's a good way for him to cap off what has been a very humbling and embarrassing season for him. When you consider what happened with the Lakers and how he was talking about poking bears and all that, and then ultimately ended up not having any fight whatsoever when we got back at him. Kind of tucked his tail, wasn't talking no more. He really embarrassed himself in that situation, and I thought he vehemently, if that's the right way of putting it, redeemed himself right before the start of the season by winning this game in this fashion. He mentioned to all of us that he felt that he was the best perimeter defender in the league, I guess, or in the world. I'm not really sure how he worded it. I got on here and co-signed that, saying that he's the fastest guy from the paint to the perimeter that I've seen, and is very, very gifted at that. So I don't think he's crazy for believing in himself in that way. And sure enough, the very next day he goes off. I mean, the very next day after I make that video, the very next day after he said that statement, he goes off and knocks off our country to really medal for Canada, and make sure that not only did he help his team medal, but I think he had the highest point total of any Canadian in international basketball. So that is huge. I think that's how that went. He broke some type of record. I'm not sure how to word it, but yeah, man, he did something big for his country, man, in a time where Canada's really going through it. I know that for a fact, as we talked about a little bit yesterday. They have some things going on that are making it really tough for average Canadians to make a way for themselves. So this is a big thing for them, man, and congratulations to their country, and congratulations to all of the medals, those who medal and will medal continuous as this continues. But I tell you, man, the highlight that Shai had, juking and ultimately dropping Mikal Bridges off a double team with him and Austin Reeves. I tell you, man, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a superstar. He might be a top 10 talent in this league today. And he's an artist, man. I told y'all that this dude he's gifted at multiple things. He's also very gifted in fashion. He's one of the greats in the league at what he does, and I'm not surprised to see him excel in basketball at the highest level in a very, very special way. It's not surprising to me. I always thought that the Los Angeles Clippers made a bad decision in choosing Paul George over Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I always thought that. And now where we are, it's no question who's the better player between the two of them. The Clippers just would have had a better future if they would have just kept what they had. It's that simple. They would have had a bunch of picks on top of that. Not only did they trade away Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but they gave away 5 picks for Paul George. Bad trade then, horrible trade today. But that's a testament to the development of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, what they've done in OKC as well, and putting him in a position to come along, kind of shake off the injury issues that he had early on. And now he's ready to take off, man. I would not be surprised if he's an MVP candidate going forward. He's just that good. He really is, man. And seeing moves like that, for which he had today, where he juked Mikal Bridges to the ground, that's just the beginning of what it is that you're going to be seeing from Shai. So I'm not surprised at all. He might have been the highest level talent on the floor, period. And that's including Ant-Man and some of our guys. I'm just not sure he's not better than some of them dudes right now. So You know, that's what happens. You know, it's only 5 players on the floor. You can have a nice team, but if the highest level player is on the other side of it, and you're not talking about no 82 game schedule or nothing like that, it's a single matchup or a tournament, there's a good chance you don't win because that guy goes off, or maybe his teammate like Bridges goes off, and suddenly you find yourself in a situation where you did not medal, and that's exactly what happened to our team. As I said, I didn't follow the team very much at all this year. I didn't, but I can tell you this: I think it was a terrible decision not playing Walker Kessler. I'm aware of Walker Kessler's shot blocking ability as well as how high his ceiling can go, and he should not have been benched. You could have been somebody else, but not the center, not your best rim protector. And so that is something I think ultimately hurt Team USA. You can't have your best rim protector out there sitting, only playing 5 minutes a game, and the scores just continuing to go a different direction. You just got to do something else. So I kind of blame that strategy ultimately on why we didn't medal. Not necessarily the assemblance of guys that are not A-class USA guys. Some of our A-class USA guys, they've already medaled. They only play in the Olympics, that kind of thing. You're not going to get KD and Bron and Devin Booker and those guys. They're not going to probably want to play in this tournament. And so I thought we assembled a very good team based on what it is that I understand in that regard. And I'm disappointed we didn't medal. I am surprised we didn't medal. But I am also aware of some of the talent that these guys had to face on the other side. And so when you got Luka and guys like, obviously Shea, these high-level guys on the other teams, you're gonna have nights where you're gonna lose. You're gonna have nights where if you don't assemble your best level of basketball, you can probably get cooked. And that's what we saw. USA put up a good fight. I hear Mikal Bridges hit a huge shot in that game as well, off a purposeful missed free throw that sent it into overtime. So we did have some moments in this game, but all in all, Canada was the victor, man. Canada was just a better team today. So that's really what it is, man. Like I said, I didn't watch. I just know of the highlights that I saw and been paying attention to the commentary in that way. But for me personally, I just understand that this is what it's going to be from here on out. And I understood that back then, when we were assembling the Redeem team back in like '96 or whatever year that was. Who knows what year that was. But when we started assembling some of the teams after the Dream Team, it became clear to me that we weren't going to always dominate from here on out because other countries were starting to really form fantastic talent, and some of those guys are starting to really emerge slowly but surely, and it was just understood that the world was getting better at basketball, and you ain't going to be able to dominate them like you did back in '92 and all of that. That wasn't going to be the case. You would have to bring your very best. You would have to bring your Bron KDs. You would have to bring over all of your best guys to medal now. And so I think the USA is in a space where they understand that. I think we understand that we're going to have to bring higher level guys. It just is what it is. If we want to medal and want to dominate and want to keep the reputation of being the world's power in basketball, we're going to have to accept the fact that the Luka Doncics and the Giannis's and the Wembanyamas and these guys, they're from other countries, man. They're from other countries. They're coming over here and they're playing Hall of Fame level basketball. And if you don't assemble your best talent, you're going to find yourself getting beaten. So that's what we've come to understand, man. I already saw it coming. This is, like I said, I am surprised, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm absolutely not surprised. And it's only going to get more difficult from here from Team USA, because the world is going to continue to get better. You're going to continue to see the world dominate this sport in some ways, just based on the superstars that are going to be emerging over the next however long. So that's what it is, man. Team USA does not medal. They go down today against Canada. Canada's going to move on. I don't know if there's another game for them to play. I think that's probably it. But the championship game is coming up. And that is all there is to say about that. Glad our guys are healthy. So that's pretty much what I got. BDL 44. I thank you all for watching.